Oh my. And now that my kids are safe, we can focus on, like, the actual task at hand, which is deskulking Jaffa. And I'll admit, I don't know exactly how to do that, but I have some theories. One of them is murder, and I don't want to particularly start with that one, because even though he killed me, um, I don't really want to kill him. I don't. It's like, he's my friend. He's just sick, and if I have to kill him, I will. But I don't wanna start with that. So we're gonna start with my other theory, which is because when he killed me, he brought me my stuff back, but not all of it. I didn't notice right away, but he didn't give me my hoe back. And you see, that's where Jaffa screwed up. He took my hoe. Because there's really no reason for him to have kept it, after he killed me. He gave everything else back. So why did he keep my hoe? Clearly, there's something going on there, and it's not that it's a possible murder weapon because he gave me back my sword. Like, if he's keeping the hoe and not the sword, I'm a little bit differently worried for him. But that's it. That's it. Because if he took my hoe and not my sword, the question becomes, when is the hoe mightier than the sword? And the answer to that is, of course, that the sword doesn't quite cut through skulk the same way, a hoe does. So clearly it's something to do with the skulk, which honestly I should have known the entire time. It's always something to do with the skulk when it's Jaffa. But what I'm thinking is Jaffa is based above an ancient city, which has a lot of skulk. And towards the beginning of the season, he was not quite the way he is now. So I'm thinking maybe it's like prolonged exposure. He's gotten skulk sickness or something. I don't know. This is all very not scientific. But I'm thinking maybe if I just go and I clear out some of the skulk, it will clear out his brain a little bit and he'll be exposed to, I don't know, fewer particles if we're gonna make him sound more sciency. So that's the game plan. And I mean, he's not online, and there's no time like the present, so Hi. Okay. My plan was to clear out the ancient city under Jaffa's base. But I got to his nether tunnel and I saw that it was covered in skulk, and I remembered, and I thought, might as well start here. So I just started. And honestly, I probably shouldn't have. I had two stone hoes. What was I thinking? If I was gonna do any kind of big area, I need a better hoe. But I was just, it was just like it was a spur of the moment, spontaneous decision. I was just cleaning out as much skulk as I could. My hoes were going very quickly. And then as I was breaking a skulk catalyst, it happened. And that is. Who's to say he's even at his base? Yeah, I am going to leave because my hoe is out of deliverability. That is the only reason I am leaving. That is the only reason I am leaving. Yep, we did some good work today, is what we did. Yeah. Okay. Game plan. Hopefully not gonna be online much longer. Uh, Game plan, get a better hoe. Yeah, I need a better one. I didn't plan. There's a bunch of people who want to kill me. Alright. Oh, yeah, no stab. Okay, yeah. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Whew. Okay. Okay. Okay, now the real question was, if he somehow knew what was going on, or if, like, it was just a weird coincidence. Just a coinky dink. Yeah. Uh, yeah. Uh, yeah. Uh, just doing a survey? Yeah, okay. Yeah, survey is a great reason. Survey is a great reason, Corn. You are brilliant. Yeah. Mm-hmm. 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 Survey. You are fine. Okay. Um, okay. We're gonna think about it in terms of what you're doing. Because what you're gonna do is make a better hoe and stick mending on it so it's not gonna break. And then he's gonna be off. Maybe he won't stick around. Maybe he won't stick around his base. Okay, 3 dots is suspicious. So how long? Plan. That's not suspicious at all. That's not suspicious at all. I am being so unsuspicious right now. Yeah, yeah. We're so good at this. We are so good at this. We ooh, okay. We are so good at this. We are so good at this. Ooh, okay. Besides, I have armor and a sword. If he tries to kill me, I can take him. Probably. Maybe. Uh, hmm. Hmm. Okay. Okay. We're just nothing is wrong. Nothing is wrong. Why would anything be wrong? It's part of the survey from the HOA, Homeowners Association. Uh, yeah. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Yeah, this makes so much sense. What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? Uh, he totally buys that. Yeah, yeah. That is something he totally buys. I sold it and he bought it, and that is great. Okay. Lots of time to get a hoe. Lots of time. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Do do do. Very good, very good. Perfectly serviceable. Nothing suspicious about it. Just a girl making a hoe for obvious reasons, which are totally benign. Yeah, totally innocent reasons for a girl to have a hoe. Yeah, yeah. He's still online. Okay. Um. Uh. I can take him in a fight. I can take him in a fight. Maybe. Probably. We don't. Mm, mm, we don't. It could just be a giant coincidence. Where we're just gonna. We can wait. It's fine. We can wait. We can wait. We're good at that. We can be patient. I genuinely thought that I was patient, which is funny in hindsight because I didn't make it 2 days. I didn't expect it to go 2 days. I was like, you know what, I'll just wait a little bit. Jaffa will be off. It'll be fine. It was not. It was 2 days. I figured I would just garden a little to pass the time, and I gardened for 2 straight days. I can't even eat vegetables anymore. It doesn't make any sense. I was composting everything I picked. Just literally everything. I was turning it into compost and then bone mealing it just to have something to do. I watched grass grow. And eventually you know, I I gave up. But he's not online. So we're doing it again. We're doing it again. I overshot it. Oh wait, I did recognize it because this is where I cleared it out. I have all the brain cells. Oh, and I need to kill all of these people. That's awkward.
One debt to society later.
And there's the hole from last time. Alright. So I cleared out more sculk. And this time, it was going faster. Not only because, this video is on 16 times speed and the previous one was only on 4 times speed, but also because I actually had efficiency 5 on my hoe instead of just using a stone hoe. So yeah, for a lot of reasons, it was going much faster, I was getting a lot of sculk out of the way, and I had almost made it to the portal, and then it happened. Again. Oh my... So I do a quick little retreat down the nether tunnel because, Jaffa's online now, and I am right by his base doing something he doesn't want me doing, and that is a bad idea. And it's not like I can pretend like I'm not online. He knows I'm online. He said hi to me. So I do the only thing I can think to do under the circumstances, which is to just be aggressively casual. Because he doesn't know what I'm doing. Right? He doesn't know what I'm doing. With things... And Jaffa doesn't respond for a very long time, which gives me time to, think about things, because he shouldn't know what I'm doing. There's no logical reason for him to know what I'm doing. It's not like he's over there. It's not like he's seen it. How would he know what I'm doing? He just logged on at the same time. It's a coincidence. But the more he doesn't respond, the more I start thinking maybe he does know what I'm doing. But he doesn't know that I know that he knows what I'm doing. Or maybe he does. It's like 5-dimensional chess. And then he finally responds, and the chess game really begins. So he says things are fine. But given how long he waited to say that, that's a red flag. Also, he then immediately tries to poke me for information. He's like, "How are you?" And so I think to myself, all right. If he's going to try to sort of psych me out a little bit, because I have a feeling he knows. I don't know how he knows, but the coincidence, it's too much of a coincidence. It's happened twice. He's just seemed to be able to log on whenever I was doing it. I don't know how, I don't know why, but I feel like something's going on. So you know what? If he's going to poke me for information, I'm going to poke him for information right back. The HOA wants to know if you're by your base. Now, Jaffa doesn't respond immediately. We get another pretty long pause. And then when he does respond, I get a little pushback on the poke for information, which makes sense. Because he poked me, I pushed back by poking him, and now he's just pushing back. Makes sense. We're both kind of playing this sort of information game, where we don't know how much the other person knows. But I think, given that he's playing the information game with me, we both know what the other knows, which is that I know that he somehow knows that I've been doing the thing, and if he's playing the information game with me, he is trying to figure out either why I'm doing it, or if I know that he knows that I know what I'm doing. Oh wow, that was complicated. I don't even know if I phrased that correctly. But anyway, the point being, he pushes back a little, so I push back a lot. Because if he's gonna push back, then I'm gonna push back, and we're gonna keep playing this information game, because if he's gonna call my bluff, he better call my bluff. I'm not asking. The HOA is, this is just a survey. And then, just for funsies, I also throw in, is there a problem, Jaffa? And you see here, now I'm calling his bluff, because if he says there's a problem, what problem would there be? because clearly the thing that we're not talking about is the fact that he can tell that I'm breaking sculk, at least probably. That's what I think, is that he can tell. So if he says there's a problem, what other problem is there? So he can't say that there's a problem, which means he can't call me on it. He can't. If he calls me on it, he's calling himself on it. Unless, of course, he wants to just completely put everything out in the open. But he doesn't. He backs down. Alright. He backs down, so I push my line of questioning a little further, because if he's just going to be hanging by his base again, then I'm going to have to wait again, and I do not want to garden, and I feel like I should get some warning in advance. And then there's pushback again, and it's like, yes, this is interesting. Come on, you're almost there, Jaffa. Come on, call my bluff, and prove that you know what's going on. Prove it. I am literally rambling nothingness about, like, government and stuff, and yeah, the government's annoying, and the HOA isn't the government. I'm not talking about anything. Come on, Jaffa, call my bluff. But he doesn't. Because he can't. Because if he calls my bluff, that proves he has that outside information. That proves he knows what I'm doing. So he doesn't call my bluff. He just says he'll be on for a while, and well, two can play that game. I waited him out, and this time I wasn't gardening and losing my mind. I was just waiting. I was just waiting, and then he logged off and I had my chance. Okay. And then, just as I was getting the last piece of sculk, guess who logs on? Guess. Oh. So yeah, if I had any doubts about whether or not Jaffa can sense when sculk is being broken, they would definitely have been cleared up right then, and they especially would have been cleared up given what he said immediately after. You always seem to be online whenever this happens. Gee, I wonder what that means. I wonder what that could be possibly referring to. But remember, this is an information game, and he's not getting me that easy, so I just responded with what the best thing I could think to do was, which was a question mark. This was apparently a very successful ruse, because Jaffa then said, "Never mind," and then I logged off before he could ask any more questions. Now, as you have seen, I did not clear out the ancient city, but I cleared out something, and that's progress. And it's not clear whether it's working or not, but hey, we have new information, which is that Jaffa can sense when sculk gets broken, which is terrifying, by the way, because how am I supposed to clear out an entire ancient city if he's going to be logging on every 5 seconds? But that's a problem for future corn. That's a problem for future corn.